for you out there. What are your thoughts on the game and the result?
The result is obvious. That's a big disappointment, and the way we played wasn't a lot to be happy about as well. The only thing I was happy about is that the boys kept on fighting for 100 minutes, and probably the best part of our game were the last 10 minutes. So that tells you that they kept on fighting, but credits to them. Good game plan. Worked incredibly hard and got a penalty that was rewarded, was deserved because it was a penalty, clear penalty, correct decision. But that had a lot of impact on the game, of course, because both teams hardly had any chance, and all of a sudden you get a penalty kick again, which was a correct decision. But that, and then they were 1-0 up, and they kept on fighting till the end. And goalkeeper made 1 or 2 good saves in the end, but yeah, we hardly created anything at all.
John? I appreciate you've got lots of games and fixtures at the moment, but any regrets about the team, the lineup, and the players that you feel in today?
No, because you never know what would have happened if we would have played with our starters over here. I think during this season we've seen a few times already that it's a game plan, a playing style which is difficult for our starters, but also for the ones that have played today. So constantly long balls, second balls, long balls, second balls is difficult for every team. We had this with United at home, for example, as well. They had a similar playing style, going to a very low block, kick every ball long. And then we played with our starters. So I think today also showed why we play with the ones that we've played today, because these players need game rhythm as well. And for them to be ready in the upcoming months, they need the game time. And you saw today that some of these players really need games like this to be ready for the last 3 months of the season.
For the pressure that you had at the end, you must have felt as if you'd get a breakthrough. Big chances, no?
Yeah, there were 1 or 2 big chances, but I think if a team is working so hard and throws themselves for every ball, they are in a certain kind of momentum, and then maybe you deserve to be a bit lucky as well in the end. And then the goalkeeper made 1 or 2 great saves, but this is what you see a lot. If they would have played 10 to 15% less or worked 10 to 15% less, we probably would have scored it. But you see many times that if a team brings such a performance in, yeah, you saw yesterday. Was it with City that they missed a big chance in the end? The other team. So sometimes you deserve a bit of luck if you work as hard as Plymouth did today.
Can I just ask about Joe Gomez?
Yeah.
Is it the same injury that brought him off against West Ham a few weeks back, or?
I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure if it was the same leg, but I haven't had time to ask him. But it was clear that I think we all know which moment he felt a bit insecure about, because he didn't sprint back fully. And then he said, "Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I'm afraid if I make 1 extra sprint, that things will go wrong." So I don't know exactly where he is. It didn't. It's not. How do you say this? It's not. Sorry.
Torn.
It's not torn, I assume, but it didn't feel good for him, and that was a bit of a blow, because Curtis Jones was on the bench, but he came to me this morning and said, "I don't think I'm fully recovered yet as well." After the training session of yesterday, and that all of a sudden led to the fact that we were with a few more youngsters on the pitch than was the idea before the game. But still, there was enough quality on the pitch to get a better result than this.
Greg?
The players that you left back at home, what were their schedules over the weekend? Going forward with that?
They trained yesterday and they will train tomorrow again.
Do you think that will do them well? Is that what they needed? Was it good? Did you plan ahead?
Yeah. Most of the things we do for a reason. So we just don't do all of a sudden something. I said before that we have to play many games now. The Aston Villa game comes during the week again as well. So the last few weeks we've played every single week 2 times. The upcoming weeks we have to play every single time 2 games, and therefore it's not only for them good to once in a while have a week where they only play 1 game, but also for the ones that were here today, they need the intensity of the game, because you can keep on training with them, but once in a while they need a game as well, and they had that against PSV. Unfortunately, we lost that one, and they had that today, and unfortunately, we lost this one again as well.
Isaac Maguire, he came on and then you took him off. You had a word with him. What did you say to him afterwards?
I think it's a fantastic moment for every player to make your debut, for him as well, but I felt I had to take him off for two reasons. He was already on a yellow, and it was a game with a lot of duels, with a lot of intensity, and that's their playing style, and they bring a lot of long balls in, so if you're one time wrong, it's a yellow again, and it was a game that was hard enough with 11, let alone with 10. And I felt we needed to make an offensive substitution, and the other three were Jurel, Wata and Kostas, and it didn't seem smart to me to take one of these three off. So yeah, that led to that decision, and I thought I had to tell him, because making your debut and then be taken off after an hour or something like that is very disappointing for him, of course.